Okay, my friends, we are knee-deep into the holiday season, and my question to you is, do you have a healthy dessert that you can turn to when those sugar cravings hit? Because they usually do. Well, I have got you covered today. Stay tuned. Hi there, my name is Katrina. Welcome to the Organixx channel, and you have come to the right place if you are looking for healthy recipes. Today we are going to be making a festive low sugar cranberry bark. Let's begin today by toasting our pepitas and walnuts to bring out their flavor. This is an optional step. If you would prefer to keep them in their raw state, simply skip it. To a parchment lined baking sheet, add 1/4 cup of pepitas. Spread them out evenly and bake in a 350-degree preheated oven for about 5 minutes. Remove from the oven and then add 1/2 cup of chopped up walnuts. Spread out your ingredients evenly and pop back into the oven for another 5 minutes. Remove from the oven and set aside to cool. Now we are ready to melt our white chocolate. Using a double boiler or a makeshift one, add about 1/2 inch of water to the bottom of a pot. Bring to a boil and then reduce the heat to a simmer. Add a glass bowl that sits about 2 inches or so away from the water and that contains 14 ounces of white chocolate chips. I'm using the Lily's brand that is only sweetened with stevia for a lower glycemic option. Stir constantly until the chocolate has melted completely. Once melted, remove from the heat and stir in the rest of your ingredients quickly. So be sure to have them all measured out and ready to go. First we have the zest from 1 organic orange, 1/4 teaspoon of either pink Himalayan or sea salt, mixed with 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 scoops of our clean sourced collagens powder for some wonderful skin, joint, and digestive support. Stir these ingredients together really well. And now we are ready to add our roasted pepitas and walnuts, along with 1 cup of dried cranberries. I'm using apple juice sweetened as a more natural alternative. 1 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. And now we're ready to stir everything together to coat evenly. Spread out onto a parchment or wax paper lined baking sheet. Stick into the refrigerator to harden at least an hour or longer. Once hardened, break apart your bark into desired pieces. And now your festive low sugar cranberry bark is ready to serve. Okay, our festive bark is ready for a taste. It looks so delicious. So just so you know, you can either break up this bark into pieces or just use a knife. If you want to be more precise with the serving amount and all the macronutrients that are involved, if you're counting those, definitely use a knife so you can control that. Also, you're going to want to store it in the refrigerator in a covered container for up to 2 weeks. Or you can stick it in the freezer and have it last a little bit longer. If you're going to a fun, festive holiday party and you want to make sure you have something that's not going to blow your diet completely out of the water, definitely have these on hand, or simply keep them for yourself when that sweet tooth gets really hungry for something yummy. Okay, so with all of that said, let's give it a taste. It is a beautiful blend of flavors, and it definitely tastes really sweet to me, and I'm not one that goes for super sweet desserts. So one thing you can do, reduce the amount of cranberries, up the amount of nuts and seeds. Here's my favorite hack though. Create your own dipping sauce. And all it is unsweetened yogurt, your favorite kind. It could be dairy, non-dairy, doesn't matter. You stick that in and then voila, you taste this, my friends. It is so good. Give it a try. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for caring about your health, and thanks for being a part of the Organixx family. I will see you next week in the kitchen. Bye-bye.